When you fall in love with somebody and the person is occupying you completely or demanding you to be there with you all the time, you suffocate like anything. Because you have your own privacies, you have your own securities, you have your own ideas about how a person should behave in a relationship, and so on and so forth. So in these ideas which we are keeping inside our memory due to our past experiences are pushing out thoughts, and the thought process contradict with what you are experiencing now. And so when you are getting attached with the past memories of beautiful experiences and you want to recreate the past experiences in the new person or in the new situation, you are blocked in a past time. And that time is not existing. It is an idea which you are trying to create in the present moment. Thereby what you miss is the present moment of making yourself free, spontaneous, and get into the celebration. It never happens. You feel a great moment of joy with a person for some time, and then you start to think about your own security, your own freedom, and then the person is curtailing, you get into the feeling that the person is curtailing your freedom, and you want to wriggle out and you want to escape, and you can reject. When you reject, you get into the feeling of feeling guilty about your action because you yourself know what you are doing was not that proper. Feeling of guilt comes up. And then a lot of drama we play around. All kinds of dramas we play around in this area, in the attachment area between man and woman. And in a relationship, a man and a woman, the relationship between man and woman, the woman wants to escape, the man wants to stay. The man wants to escape and the woman wants to stay. But we hold on the moment of beautiful experience, we get attached with that moment and we try to keep it, repeat again and again and again. But it won't work because we are not free. We are not any more spontaneous. We are not any more flowing. We don't have the flexibility because in our mind, in the memories, we have ideas about our freedom, ideas about how I should be, and you make confinement like big walls around you, and you want to enjoy within the walls which you have set up. And thoughts comes up from these angles. And you get very frustrated, you get very upset, and then you can't continue the relationship. You simply wriggle out, accusing the other one. And always it is the problem of the other one. Always when a man is meeting with a woman, it is a great moment. It is a great moment of joy because the nature has created the whole into two parts, the man and the woman. And their meeting is a moment of great celebration. But the ideals which we have kept within ourselves is the problem, which is coming from the past. Our thoughts are coming from these ideals, which are the remains of the past, and it works in that area as dead realities. And that dead reality, we have not understood what it is. We go into things, and this comes shoot up, and it conflicts. And when these conflicts are on, you won't find any joy in your relationship. You feel very remorsed and go on changing relationship one after another. And finally, at the end of the day, you feel lost. So it is a very, very important area. This is commonly we call as the area of attachment. This needs to be deeply observed. Deeply observed, I mean, the thoughts that are coming up inside the conflict that are coming up inside needs to be intensely focused and stay with the thoughts and see what it says, how it develops, what it is. When you stay with that, it will be disconnected from the past, and then you are in the present moment of being with a particular thought, and that will not breed any kind of turmoil or any kind of anguish or any kind of anxiety, because anxieties are coming from projecting yourself into the future moment. Fears are coming from this particular moment of time, from the past, without moving through the present, crossing into the future, expecting something of a good result. If it is not coming out, anguish comes, anxiety comes, frustration comes, all kinds of trouble comes. So it is an area which needs to be deeply looked into. When a feeling sprout out from within, it is important for the person who wants to understand himself needs to focus there, stay there. Every thought that comes up, remember, this is the problem. Thought is the basic problem. And look there intensely, keep it under surveillance, intensely focus, and see how it is coming up. And not letting it connect it with the present moment of time is the way of detaching yourself. Otherwise, you get attached with all your thoughts, and the thought takes you off from within, and then the result is the mind projects you into the future expectations, and nothing happens, and you get into remorse, and you get into suffering, and you get into loneliness and feeling of abandonment and all kinds of stuff. It needs to be properly looked. And then the question of freedom. In most of the relationship, this is a big issue. You jump into a relationship feeling that it is fantastic and great, and in the relationship you start to understand that it is not allowing your natural freedom which you were exercising before, which you were enjoying before. And then what to do? You start to feel that it is too much for you to hold. And then the possibility which people takes usually is to cut off the relationship and feeling bad and sad and guilty of what you have done, and keep this heavy burden inside. It is absolutely important for an individual, if he wants to get out of the trouble of existing like this, he has to intensely look, focus everything, all your being into your thoughts which are coming up, and stay there and understand what it wants to say. When you are staying with the thoughts that intensely, the thought will slowly show up everything, and it will not push you into the future, and thereby you will not get into the anxiety and frustration of expecting something from the future. And then you start to relax. When you start to relax, you will also see the ideals which you have created about a man or a woman. And if the person who is in front of you is not coping with or going alongside with the ideas which you have created about the ideal man, it is not the problem of the person, it is a problem which we have created due to the thinking process. And this needs to be focused and understood, and then thereby you can start to relax with the ideals which you have kept inside yourself, which is the past experiences, or which is a dead past, and this dead past will not link with you in your present moment, and you will slowly start to live the present, and that is the celebration of being together with a person. And the attachment is disconnected in that way. The attachment with the past is disconnected in this way, and finally you will start to live the present. You become so spontaneous, so joyful, so celebrating, and there you are not in possessive attachment. Instead, you are in the state of feeling love, and in love you start to feel oneness, and the togetherness has grown into communion, and that's love, and there you will be a celebrant. Yes.